Okay, this is Thursday, November 2nd, 7:21 p.m. Okay, so the Bigfoots haven't been doing much, especially bringing me stuff. And I've been getting a little worried. I mean, they've been doing stuff that's, I think it's them, but it's not like I can say 100%. Yes, that's them. But tonight, they did. Now, back on October 13th, I had put balls in little cups to see if they do anything. And as you can see, there are 3 blue balls. They didn't mess with them, so I took them in. Now there's the 3 balls. Put them back in my bag where I keep those kinds of balls. So check this out. I've been wondering where they are, what they've been, and apparently the cows are going crazy. I had to run into town, but the cows are going crazy, and I don't know if that's why they were going crazy, because the Bigfoots are up or what, but check this out. In the slinky is one. It's one of those blue balls, just like it. But it's not one of mine because they didn't take it, unless this is when they took a long time ago. I wonder if they were going to put it where those balls were, but then I took them in. So I'm just glad they came up and did something. I'm going to go ahead and tell them thanks, and then that will be it for now. Okay, I had Jim blow the leaves away from here because last night the Bigfoots brought that ball and put it in here. So I wanted to see if there were any of those impressions like that we've saw before. There's one this way and one this way. I think I kind of see 2, like right there. It's in the shadow, so it's kind of hard to see, but right there's a really pressed down area, and also right here in front of the railing. I'm gonna have to get down there, I think. Okay, the one that we saw before was over here. See, now it's more fluffed up, but here, this is smashed down pretty a lot. This is smashed down, and if you would step forward to here, this is smashed down. Kiki wants to be in the... Look out, honey. So here and there. So that would be about right for standing and stepping up to put something in the slinky. So this is really smashed down in this. Okay, this impression here is about 11 inches long, and so that's what the other ones were too, that were here the other day. And this could be 11 inches, but I'm not sure. But it looks like it would have stepped 1, 2, put the thing in, And step back. Kiki's investigating. Do you smell something, honey? So, yeah, like, because the leaves are on top of the dirt, it's like when they come up, their weight is pushing down on the soft dirt underneath, but it's not leaving real distinct, like, you know, where you'd see toes, but definitely pressed down. Seeing over here, those under leaves, and it's not pressed down. So it would take some pretty good weight to do that. Jim and I are taking a little ride on the four-wheeler when they get down in the woods. We're below the house. This is one of the areas where we hear a lot of vocalizations come from. And there's walnuts all over our property, especially right up there is where we heard the pounding that was in my last video. And as you can see, fine. Okay, here's the walnuts fall to the ground. That's what they look like. But up here in this tree is a walnut without its outer shell, stuck in the little crook of that tree. That's really weird. There's also this. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it or not. So that other walnut that I found was way over there. And I just randomly came off this path. This is Creepy Valley. That were this. The beginning of it anyways. So I just came over here to look around, and there's another walnut stuck up in this crook of a tree.
Without the hull.
Yeah, without the hull. Now, I don't know if squirrels would do that or not, but it seems a little weird. I don't remember ever seeing them before. No. Maybe the Bigfoots are storing snacks. What actually caught my attention to step off the trail was this little stick right here. And it's stuck in here, but I figured that could be natural, so I was just gonna leave. But then right there's that walnut stuck up in the tree. So I mean, who knows? I'm not convinced it was Bigfoots, but you never know. Side note about, I showed you the area where we heard the pounding, and when we first started on this trip, we stopped there and looked around, and we didn't see any walnuts on the ground there. So it's almost like they've been collecting them, because there were no walnuts. Now look here, under this walnut tree, there's walnuts everywhere, and that's the way it is everywhere except up there where we heard that pounding. And I'm wondering if that's their walnut store where they collect their walnuts. We're riding back home along this fence line. Just happened to see this walnut. This is not husked, but it's just sitting there on the fence. Don't see any other walnuts around. Okay, it is Saturday the 11th, and it's 8:56 a.m. I see that the Bigfoots were up because Kiki was inside. I don't really see this happening without them doing it. But it looks like all the dolls are the same except for the Big Daddy is moved. And Jim's doll's on the ground. Hi, Kiki. Here, can you get down, honey? Thanks. And, so I don't know what that's all about. But like I've said before, this one kind of hard. It's heavy. So what's crazy is I put out 2 bananas and some strawberries, and they haven't been touched. The bananas for days. The strawberries were last night. Okay, this is Tuesday, November 14th at 7:53 p.m. And back on the 10th, I had put out 2 bananas for them, and I found one of the bananas on the ground here in the leaves, and I don't know why they didn't eat it, but I picked it up, put it back, and I thought, well, I'll put some strawberries out for them. So I put this container of strawberries out. So it's been out for 4 days, and they didn't ever touch them. And I was just talking to Jim about how they weren't doing anything much, and I kind of miss them and stuff. So we were sitting out here on the porch right up until about sundown, and then it got cold. It gets cold after the sun goes away now. So we went in, and we've been in there for probably an hour or 2. So anyways, I just came out to close up and get Kiki in and check things. And I came over here and looked at the bench, and look at this. There is 1 strawberry that was taken out of the container, and it looks like they took a bite or 2. There's at least 1 bite. You can see right there. There's a bite gone. There's pieces laying around it. So I'm thinking the little one took a bite and didn't like it. And you know what? I've had strawberries out before, and I don't think they liked them then either. But I bet you that's got some DNA on it. But it would be. What I was told is that food is the worst thing to get DNA from, because the liquid in it degrades the DNA. So anyways, that container was closed, and they had to have opened it. You can see where they kind of bent it right there to get it open. Let me see something. That side's not even undone, so they just pried this up and took one out. So they apparently don't like strawberries. So I think what I'm going to do is go in and get them an apple. The 2 bananas I ended up having to throw over here into the weeds because they kept getting frozen and thawed and frozen. So they're no doubt rotted away till now. I don't see them. Could be covered in leaves or anything. So anyhow, that's what happened to the bananas. So I think I'll go get him a banana. Or I mean, an apple. And I'm not going to clean that up till tomorrow. So I'm going to go get him an apple now. It's Wednesday, November 15th. It's 9 a.m. Okay, I had to get Kiki off the bench. Alright, so this is interesting. As you know, last night there was a spit out strawberry, or a bitten and spit out strawberry here. And I left the strawberries where they were. I was going to clean this up this morning. And I brought out an apple and a pear. Let me show you. Just a second. Okay, so I brought out an apple, a pear, and this granola bar. So the pear is gone. The apple and granola bar are not touched. The strawberries are now over here, and the strawberry that was spit out is gone. I find that the strangest of all. If this was a little animal, I don't see... I could see it eating the spit out strawberry. I don't see him taking just the pear and not disturbing this stuff. And it appears some of these strawberries are eaten. It's still only open on that one side. So I don't see a little animal doing that. They'd have that baby ripped open all the way, I would think. They wouldn't take the time to get him out through the crack. So did somebody come back and eat strawberries? That surprises the heck out of me, because after seeing that one spit out, I would think they didn't like them. Maybe they brought somebody back that would like them or something. I don't know. Picked up the pear while they were at it. I don't see any pieces of pear. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, well, I'm going to continue around and look, because I don't know what else to say about that. Okay. See if something else happens today or tonight with it all. Strange. Okay, it's now 7:16 p.m. and I just came out to check stuff, and I see something was here. Because the apple has been eaten. And there are little pieces of peel and some apple pieces on the bench. My first reaction to this was that it was probably a small animal. I can't see back there. Okay, so then I realized the strawberries are gone. And I thought, well, I'm going to see if it fell over. And yes, they're right here. They're still closed except for the one side, and there's only 4 in there now. So there have been some more of them eaten. I don't know if a small animal would actually get them out of this side that's just the one side it's open. I suppose it's possible. I think I'm going to take this inside and look at it a little better. Just a second. Grab the light. I don't know what's going on. However, I did look down here at the ground, and I don't see any, like, raccoon prints or, like, possum or anything. Okay, my camera died, so I had to go and change batteries. What I was going to say is I wanted to see if I could, how soft this dirt is, if it would make an impression from a little animal. Well, I think it would. Whoops. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, as coming from experience. If you've been with my channel very long, you know I went through a whole thing where instead of putting food down with the toys and stuff, I'd put them up high, like, and that's the reason I have this basket, so that I could differentiate, or at least help to know if a small animal was getting to this stuff or it was a Bigfoot. So this is the problem with putting food out, because it's really hard to tell the difference usually of what's messing with it. So, I mean, whenever I put this stuff out this time, I really didn't care if something else got it, but now I do. Because now I don't know. So that's a little frustrating, and just as a word of caution, this is why it's better to separate the food from the toys and get it somewhere where you know that it's Bigfoot that can only access it. So I'm going to take this in and see if I see any little like raccoon prints on it or something. So I'll let you know if I find something else. Okay, I can't tell if there's anything else on here. The only thing I know for sure is that one side is still clicked, snapped in, and the other side is open. So they're getting them out without opening this side. I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw these away, get them out of the equation, because I don't know what's doing it now. And I'll check on the apple situation in the morning and see what's going on. Okay, so I threw the strawberries away, and we will check in the morning to see what's going on with the apple. I'll leave it overnight like I did last night. Still questioning whether it could be a Bigfoot because of how, like last night, they took just the pair. Now, it is also possible that there's been a Bigfoot doing stuff and there's a small animal doing stuff, so there's that possibility too. Oh, this is the frustration of food out for 'em. Okay, so I get up this morning and that apple is totally gone now. So something came back and ate it. Still don't know if it was a Bigfoot or if it was a little animal. So the reason that I hesitate to put stuff in the basket is because if it's a little Bigfoot, like a toddler or something, I don't know that they can reach that. And a lot of times I think it's the small one that comes up. At least if it's by itself, that is. That would be a problem. But anyhow, that's what I found. Okay, it is Friday 17th, 6:41 p.m. And, well, I better tell you what happened last night first. That Graham Nature Valley bar that was up here, I found it, the wrapper over here. Apparently it's been raining and stuff all day, so it got blown over there. I didn't get to look at it good because it's been nasty out, so I didn't get to examine that very well. But that happened yesterday. And I just got to come out here, check things. And I was out this morning. I didn't see anything happen. But I'm really excited to show you this because they moved my doll. They moved my doll right into the middle of, like, the Bigfoots. That makes me feel pretty doggone good. I don't know, I think they're trying to tell me that I'm part of their clan. I mean, they've told me that before, but this is probably another one. I mean, they told me that by bringing me the Y sticks. If you remember back, they gifted me Y sticks in my seats, and that was after I found Y sticks all over the property, thinking it might be their clan symbol, and then they gifted me two, one on my chair in the front porch and one over here then. And so I took that as them saying that I was part of the clan. And it's like that was after we got, interactions were going really good and we had been doing a lot. So that's why I assumed that. And this makes me feel like that too. So I'm super happy about that. I don't really think anything else was moved except maybe that doll right there. Oh, look. I don't know if this means anything or not, but look at the hands. Almost like holding hands or something. That is just too awesome. I'm going to talk to him, but I'm going to get off of here to do it. This is Saturday, November 18th. It's 10:04 a.m. And last night after I came out and found my doll moved like that, I talked to him, and then I went in and got a pair to put out for him because they seemed to really like the pair I put out the last time. And then we go to bed. I get up this morning, and here's what I find. The pair is gone, and all the Bigfoot dolls and my doll are there, and over here is the Jim and Annabelle doll on the ground. So I feel like what they're saying is it's like they isolated just the Bigfoot dolls and me. So I'm thinking that there's somebody really happy with me right now. And they wanted to show it. So these are moved a little bit, but that wouldn't have happened without them doing it. So it's really interesting. It makes me feel good. I feel a little bad for them. But this makes me feel good. This is Wednesday, November 22nd. It's 10:52 a.m. I got up this morning. It had rained all day yesterday. I didn't even get to take my walk or anything. And I don't know if it was windy last night or not. Jim said he doesn't know either, and so I don't remember it being windy. But I get up this morning and there's this big limb down right here. Okay, that's totally a natural thing that happens here all the time. Alright, I walked around the yard and I didn't really see any other sticks down. Now this one would have had to have fallen from probably right up there. And of course, like I've told you before, there's this stuff over top of the porch. So I was just thinking, okay, a big limb down, and then I looked over here in my chair, and I happened to see this. And I thought, oh, well, a piece fell from that limb, I guess. But as I'm thinking about it more and more, I'm not so sure this is a natural occurrence. Because number one, it's right in the middle of my chair. And you know how many times they put stuff right in the middle of my chair. So that kind of left me feeling, I'm not so sure that that wasn't something that a Bigfoot did. This I have no idea. It's probably natural. So then I get to thinking about this more and more. Besides it being right in the middle of my chair, it also has the shape of a gun. Now, if you remember back there a couple years ago, I did my walk around there, and it was around hunting season, and there was a stick in the shape of a gun right in front of the cabin. Okay, I'm back at the hunting cabin, and it's behind the house. And the other day I saw this stuff and I took pictures, but I didn't make a video, so I thought I would do that today. First of all, right here's where they had left that Y stick right on the corner of the rug where I've been walking every day. So anyways, I got to right here and I noticed this. And at first I thought, well, the hunters were just here. They were here over January 2nd to 4th, I think. There was a second gun season. And by the way, they were also here at the end of November. The Monday after Thanksgiving for a week is gun season. So they were here several times that week, and then at the beginning of January. So I found this stuff. I'll look at the date, but wait, hold on. I'll look at it right now. Okay, the date I found this stuff was January 9th, so it was probably maybe 5 days after hunting season. So anyways, I thought, that's odd, but maybe the hunters propped it there for some reason. Then I continued on, noticed that parallel, and then I came to this. This is right in front of the cabin. Almost dead center. First I wasn't sure about it, but the more I looked at it, these two sticks are parallel. Look like they were obviously placed, and this seems to go with it. Now after I thought about it and looked at it a while, it looks like a rifle to me. And it has the long, like, barrel, and the end is even tapered. So I showed this to Jim, and he's like, yeah, that's definitely something. And he's like, we were talking about it, and we think that it probably means, like, this is for hunting, like a warning, you know, like bad, this is bad or something. Or maybe they're just making a glyph of what they saw back here. I don't know. Then there's also this underneath there. So you got that in the middle, and you got these lined up. So can you see that? Yeah, that one. Then the glyph, and then that stick. So extremely interesting. Okay, so like I said, this is, what was the date? But anyways, I believe tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and then Monday is the first day of deer season here, gun season. This just happens to have the shape of a gun. Even with the little trigger here. Another thing is that my son just got a new gun. He was here target practicing right back there with it. And I just want to show you the shape of that gun. So hold on a second. Okay, so that's his new gun. And that's what's on my chair. Everything even down to that little trigger. So I don't know if they're saying something about that, or if they're saying gun season's coming, or perhaps it's just a natural occurrence and it just happened to fall there. I don't know, but I do question it. I wondered how they would feel about him target practicing with that gun. So, yeah, that's all I got right now. Okay, so I picked this big stick up, and I was looking for whatever that would have come from, and I finally figured it out. It came from off of this, and I know that for sure because that pointy thing right there would have gone into that. So my question is, could that have fallen, hit the chair, and broken off and landed like that? I guess it's possible. Just doesn't seem very likely. Perhaps, let's say Bigfoot did do this. Maybe they broke it off because it looked like what they were looking for and put it here. I don't know. Speculating, and it's just so perfectly in the middle. It's just, it looks just like a gun. It's Friday, November 24th, 2:02 p.m. Okay, so this morning I got up early and came out here, and I noticed that this apple that I put out last night was gone. I put it right here in this stem, which the wind is blowing it and stuff now. It was in almost the exact same spot that I put the apple. So it's the stem from the apple, and as you can see, darn it, it's in almost the same place that I left the apple. So that tells me that that couldn't have been like a small animal eating it, or that stem would not be in the same place that the apple was. So then there was heavy frost, as you can see on this stem right here. And I noticed that over here were two dark marks, like something had stepped there. They were right over in this area this morning. I'm going to go in so you can see the screen better, and I'll explain the rest. Okay, so I think you can see the screen better now. But you see the two greener patches. That's where something had stepped. And I didn't see any more steps anywhere around it. So, and they were pretty big. I mean, they were quite a bit bigger than my foot. In fact, they looked about, you go from my phone, oh heck, I don't know, I'm going to say they were like at least 14 inches. So I'm not sure they were steps, but I don't know what else it would have been. And the fact that they didn't go anywhere else, I'm wondering if a big one had stepped out from back in here, maybe just stood there. I don't know. And then maybe a smaller one came over and got the apple, but I didn't see any other prints in the grass, so I really don't know for sure what'll happen. But something went over and got that apple and left the stem exactly where the apple was. And if you get closer to the house, I noticed this morning that the frost doesn't get thicker at all the way towards the house, probably because the shelter and a little bit of heat coming from the house. So there could have been where something walked over there and you couldn't see it. So anyways, that's what I found this morning. Thought it was pretty interesting though. Also, Kiki was in the garage and she didn't even go out with me to look around this morning because it was too cold. So I know that it wasn't from her. Sunday, November 26th. It's now 6 p.m. Tonight it's raining out, or I'd be doing this outside, but today at 1:30, I put this apple out for the Bigfoots. That was at 1:30. I just went out and checked and it's gone. And the time on that was 5:56. Okay, I just checked what time sunset was, and it was at 5:09. So it hasn't even been an hour since the sun went down. And sunset, it doesn't even get completely dark at sunset, so I would say within the last half hour is when it got dark. So I'm just trying to think about how likely it would be that a small animal would have been up. But the whole apple was gone. There's no crumbs or nothing. So I'm pretty sure a Bigfoot came up and took it.